The other day I was reading how they had an editorial dedicated to a student called Lara El Kasam, an American student who is activist in. Not only is she active in banning Israel, she's the head of the chapter of Justice for Palestine organization at her university. And she wishes to study at the Hebrew University, an organization, by the way, founded by, yes, Zionists. So in Jerusalem, in Mount Scopus. So she wants to study there, but then she's active in banning Israel, protesting how Israel is so unfair. And yet I can testify that there are many Arab students studying at that institution. And how many Israeli students are studying in Gaza or in the territories at any of the Palestinian organizations? Institutions? That's a question. So it says here, this Yoav Hendel, he wrote a very good article about it. It says Israel is the biggest tourist place for human rights activists. They can drink beer in Tel Aviv at night and in the morning go and protest against Israelis at the border. They can't do that in Saudi Arabia, China, Thailand, even Moscow, and feel safe. However, here they can take advantage of the democracy and use it to protest. She is not allowed entrance at the moment, and just to compare, and I can testify to that too, when I had to fill in a visa request to go into the US for, by the way, it was like 24 hours stay while I was on my way to yoga center, Caribbeans. I had to fill so much paperwork, so many pages and pages and pages and I lived in the US, but I'm not American, so many pages just for 24 hours in the US. And when I came there, I had to be fingerprinted and I don't know, like as if I'm a would-be criminal. If that happens in Israel, there's a huge media protest. Oh no. But how do American street visa applicants? They refuse Israelis entrance if they have any sort of criminal record, tax violations, or any political activism or about the security of the country is absolutely denied in the U.S. This is before Trump, during Obama time. You cannot visit countries that support terror. And also, they didn't allow an Israeli basketball player entrance because there was a problem with his visa. He was supposed to play a basketball game. Just a woman who crossed the border from Canada was arrested for 2 weeks. So she's from the U.S., and she's protesting against Israel being unfair. Who has a travel ban for Muslims? Is it Israel or is it U.S.? Anyway, so this student, again, she served as the president of an organization called Students for Justice in Palestine. So if we talk about justice in Palestine, who exactly founded the Hebrew University where I don't know how many numbers of Palestinians studied and are studying at the moment, and they have absolutely no problem coming there. They're not under threat. Well, Israelis cannot enter any Arab institution within Israel and in the Middle East. So that's just to give a balance. Al-Aqsa, that woman, El Kasam, she lied when she filled in the visa application. She didn't say that. And she also cannot, when she's a member of that wonderful organization, Justice for Palestine, she cannot come into half of the countries of Europe or the US. She lied. And she erased her Twitter and Facebook account from the airport. And the difference between Israel and the US is that there, in the US, they don't allow her to do anything in the media. and you're immediately deported. And here they give her a possibility to, what is it? I'm translating as I'm reading. That's why I'm so slow, sorry. And here she's like going on the media and having an editorial in Haaretz. Editorial, like this is the most important matter in Israel, that Haaretz has to make it an editorial. And the question is, can Israel, like all nations, deny entrance to whoever she doesn't see fit, who lied about the visa, and calls to hurt the country economically, diplomatically, and not just security-wise? A person who is active in an organization that is listed as anti-Semitic. Lara El Kasam is only a metaphor. And the refusal to see Israel as a country that has a right to deny entrance to people. Yeah, I think it is this image of this journalists drinking beer in Tel Aviv and then going to protest at the border. You know, they really enjoy the only democratic country in the Middle East. And yeah, it's not a perfect country. What country is, but it just seems that all those people protesting and coming to Israel to protest against Israel is a bit absurd. Don't come here if you don't like it. But to come here and to actually study in an institution, is just absurd. Anyway, peace and love, and I hope there will be peace one day. I don't know how, but if we're talking about justice for Palestine, I wonder why the organization is not called Justice for Everyone. Because I think the word justice means that you treat everybody fairly. You don't treat one person fairly and another not. And one person can, you know, the husband of the woman murdered the other day on Sunday by a terrorist, he said, you know, the Palestinians can go everywhere in Israel and, you know, and be safe, and here, you know, nobody's going to shoot them down. All Israelis, you know, at their workplace, this woman was shut down. Where's justice for her? You know, for a woman who just goes to work, she has a baby at home, and she's humiliated, bound, and shot at 28-year-old woman, you know, just at a workplace that gave work for Palestinians as well. Where's justice for that woman? So when you seek justice, you should seek justice for everyone, and especially as a woman, should think about women that are getting shot as victims of terror. I'd like to see her protest that and seek justice for everyone, not just the Palestinians. Thank you. Peace, light, and love.